Namaste everybody, good morning and welcome to the YogaCandi YouTube channel. My name's Candice and today I've prepared a very gentle morning flow for you. So let's begin in a comfortable seat and stretching out the side body. So let's start off with a nice tall spine, sucking in the lower abdomen. Take your left hand over to the side of the mat and reach the right arm up into the air. You can always come down onto that forearm to get a little deeper into the stretch, but just make sure that both your sit bones are still on the ground. Close your eyes here and enjoy the stretch. You should feel it down the side body, through the spine, maybe a little bit in the seat as well. Keep that core ever so slightly engaged. And let's take some really deep inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. Look in any direction that feels better for your neck, whether it's down, straight ahead, or even up at the ceiling. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Now take that hand behind the head. Turn the chest up towards the sky ever so slightly, opening up through that shoulder and continuing that lovely side stretch. Come on up to the center. Give that spine a little wiggle and we're going to take it over to the other side, taking the right hand over and the left arm up. You can always come down onto the forearm if you would like to. Remember to keep both your sit bones on the ground. Keep the spine nice and long, really extending through that arm. Make your inhales and your exhales nice and deep and long. Now take a nice deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Bring that hand behind the head. Slightly turn to look up towards the sky, opening up through the chest. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release. Come back up to your seat. Take your hands to the knees and we're going to take a few spinal twists here. So just start to rotate your spine in one direction, inhaling forward, exhaling back. And as you come back, we want to really arch the back so that you're pushing your shoulder blades apart. Inhaling forward, opening the chest, exhaling, arching. Imagine you're a little coffee grinder here. You can close your eyes if you would like to. Take one more. And rotate in the opposite direction. Exhaling back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Take two more. And become still, give the spine a little wiggle if that feels right. And then let's come over onto all fours. We're going to take our cat-cows, so hands underneath the shoulder blades, knees underneath the hips. Let's inhale and drop the belly and look up. Exhale, arch the spine, push the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch, draw the shoulder blades apart, tuck the tailbone. Take 2 more. One more. Exhale, arching the spine. Tuck the toes. Send your hands forward, and we're going to come up for our first downward facing dog, sending the hips up to the sky. Suck in that lower abdomen. And don't worry if your heels aren't touching the floor at this stage of your practice. You'll get there with time and with practice. Start to walk the dog, bending one knee, straightening the other. Just starting to warm up those hamstrings. Sending the tailbone to the sky and pushing your shoulder blades apart, as if you're trying to get your armpits to look at each other. Take your gaze between your legs, or even towards the navel. Become still when you're ready, and we're going to take 3 really deep inhales and exhales in and out of the nostrils from here. And take a very slow walk to the top of your mat. Take your time getting there. Extend through the toes, and whenever you need to bend your legs, then feel free to bend them. You don't have to have everything straight if the flexibility is not there just yet. Keep the spine nice and long. Bend your knees if you need to. And let's just hang forward for our forward fold, holding on to each elbow. Allow the head to hang really heavy here. Releasing that lower spine. Start to swing a little, yes and no. Maybe from side to side, maybe a little forward and back, whatever feels good for the body. And now release your hands. Take that right arm to the opposite side of the left foot. Inhale and open up through the left hand, looking up towards the sky with a little gentle spinal twist here. Remember to bend your knees whenever you need to. And release. Let's take it over to the other side. Left hand to the opposite side of the right foot. Inhale, that right arm to the sky. Look up. And enjoy a few deep breaths here. And release. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Just hold it in this half lift. Keep your spine nice and long. Suck in that lower belly and look straight down. Exhale, fold. Let's walk our hands over to the right side of the mat. Keep your feet, your toes together and your heels about 1 inch apart. Stretching once again through the side body. You may even feel this in the outside of the right shoulder blade as well, depending on where you've got your tightness this morning. And then let's walk it over to the right side of the mat, stretching out the left. And back to the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Look up, exhale, fold. And now very slowly roll your spine all the way into standing, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time. Once you're in standing, inhale the hands above the head. Touch your palms, look up. Have a nice stretch, maybe even move the feet, looking up, rotate the palms in one direction and then rotate them in the other. Exhale the hands to your side body. Give everything a little shake out, and I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. With your feet still together, open up through the arms, standing nice and tall. You can either close the eyes or open the eyes. Really intensify the arms so they're very straight, sticking the fingertips away from you as if somebody's pulling your arms apart. Thumbs up towards the sky. Dip your head over towards the left shoulder blade. This is great for anybody who uses their mobile phones a lot, but also it's lovely for after a night's sleep. If your neck's a little sore, maybe your arms are a bit sore as well. Now start to rotate your head to look up to the sky. Close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Give them a shake out, give the feet a shake out. We're going to do the same on the other side. Inhaling the hands out to the sides as if someone's really tugging, playing tug of war with your arms. Take the head over to the right shoulder this time. Allow it to hang really heavy. Now rotate your head to look up to the sky, still over towards the right, and close the eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths. And release. Give everything a little shake out once again. And let's do a little balancing posture before we move on. Inhale the left leg to the sky, rotate that foot so that it starts to open up the hip. We're going to sink down into the right leg and place this left leg on top. Try to keep the toes engaged, pointing forward. And if you can just stay up and hold on to the hips, or see if you can bring your forearms down to that shin. Opening up through this hip, which can feel amazing after hours of lying in bed. Keep your gaze on something that isn't moving if you're starting to lose your balance, and don't worry if you fall out of it, just laugh at yourself. Take 2 more deep breaths. I'm going to go to the top of my mat. You stay where you are. Take 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, release that leg, but stay on your standing leg. Start to bend forward and bring your hands to meet the ground. If you need to bend the front leg, feel free to do that. Just lift up through this left leg, really engaging the core, engaging that glute. and then slowly send it back behind you. Place your palms on either side of the right leg, and maybe you can straighten that right leg. Try to keep your hips squared with the front of the mat. Exhale, fold forward over that right leg, having a little extra stretch, and then bend it, and we're going to drop that left knee down to the ground. Stretching out the psoas muscle now on the left side. You can either stay up on your fingertips, either side of this right foot, or you can come up onto the right knee. Just make sure you allow your hips to sink down towards the ground, really stretching it out. One more deep inhale. Exhale, send your hips back, straightening out that front leg. Just point the toes up towards the sky. Bring your fingertips down to the ground, and you're more than welcome to stay here, or you can start to lean forward over this right leg, getting a deeper stretch into the hamstring here on the right. Try to keep the spine nice and long, square the hips off with the front of the mat, and allow your neck to be nice and heavy. You can either just let it hang or keep it nice and long, looking straight down. Take one more deep inhale here. On your exhale, bend that knee again, come up off of the back knee. So you're back into your lunge, and let's walk our fingertips to the center of the mat, bringing both of our feet to face the long edge of the mat this time. Coming in for a wide-legged forward fold. If you need a block to prop you up, if you don't have the flexibility, feel free to grab something. Otherwise, bring your fingertips to the floor, and you're always welcome to bend the knees. If you want to go further, just start to allow your head to drop down towards the ground. And just hang here for a moment. Bringing the palms between the feet if you can get them to touch the ground. See if you can keep your legs nice and straight. If not, give them a little micro bend. Suck in that lower abdomen. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, down up to your waist, and inhale with the strength of your legs, come up to standing. Face that right foot to the long edge of the mat, forward, and let's step forward. Give your legs a little shake up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale the right leg to the sky, open up through the hip. Start to bend through the left knee, bringing that shin on the right side onto the left knee. You can always stay up and standing, holding onto the hips, or you can come down with your forearms, making a little prayer with the hands, and lean forward over this right leg. Opening up through that hip, keep that foot nice and engaged. And let's just breathe here. Look at something that isn't moving. And remember, if you fall out of it, it's all right. Come straight back in. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale out of your mouth. We're going to release that leg. So you can either bring your hands down to the ground and release the leg from there, or come up to standing, releasing the leg. If you fall, it's okay. Start to lean forward and touch your hands down to the ground. Bend that knee, the standing leg, as much as you need to, but just lift up through that right leg. engaging the glute, using the back muscles to keep that leg lifted. And exhale, let's release that leg down to the ground for a nice lunge. Take your fingertips either side of this left leg, and we're going to straighten the left leg as much as you can. Keep those hips squared with the front of the mat, and maybe, just maybe, you can start to fold a little closer towards the left thigh, towards the left shin, getting you a little deeper into the stretch. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bend through the front leg. And we're going to drop the back knee down to the ground. Taking our lovely low lunge here, stretching through the psoas on the right side this time. Bring your fingertips off the mat and onto your knee if you would like to. And allow those hips to hang nice and heavy. Allow gravity to do some work here. Sending the hips lower and lower down towards the ground. Roll your shoulders back and down. Close your eyes if you would like to. And then frame that foot with your hands. Send your hips back, extending through the left leg, and send the toes up towards the sky. Keep your hips squared with the front of the mat. If you need some blocks to bring you a little higher away from that leg, feel free to do that. If you want to go a little further, you can start to lean forward, getting your body closer towards the shin here on the left. Look straight down, or allow your neck to hang nice and heavy. Try to keep those shoulder blades away from the ears. Just enjoy this stretch for a moment. And bend through that front knee. Let's frame that foot, lift that back leg off of the ground. We're going to plant the hands down and we're going to step back into our plank. Keep your core engaged. Hold your plank just for a couple of breaths. If you want to drop your knees and take the easy version, feel free to do that. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, let's release all the way to the belly. Nice and slowly. Inhale for a back bend, any back bend of your choice. Baby cobra, or you can come for a full cobra. Exhale down. Send your hips back behind you. Take a nice stretch with the arms. Imagine someone's really pulling your arms away from your body. Coming in for a child's pose. Let's send our head down to the ground. Take one more deep inhale and exhale. And slowly start to walk your hands up towards the body. Let's finish off with a couple of stretches for the arms. Sit in any comfortable seat of your choosing. You can always tuck the toes, you can untuck them, you can come into a nice comfortable cross-legged position. It's totally up to you. Let's take this right arm across the body. Using the left arm, pull the right arm really close to you and look over towards the right. And release. Take the right arm up and over the head and use the left arm to pull it closer towards the spine. So your fingertips are extending down the back, getting a little closer, pulling it back, stretching through that tricep here on the right side. One more deep breath. And release. Change the position of your legs, whichever way you are sitting, change it. And we're going to do the same on the left. Take the left arm across the body, looking over towards the left, stretching out the back of the shoulder blade on the left side this time. Close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. And release. Taking the left arm up and over the head, bending the arm and using the right arm to pull onto that elbow. Getting a deeper stretch here on the left side. Sit up nice and tall. Look straight ahead or close your eyes. Try not to strain your neck here. Don't use your head to force that arm back even more. That will strain your neck. Instead, allow your neck just to be neutral. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release out of the mouth. And release. Open up for a nice twist, taking that right arm to the left knee looking back behind you towards the left shoulder blade. Taking a little deep twist. Go as deep as you want to, or you can make it really gentle. Inhale the hands to the sky, look up, exhale over towards the right side, left hand to the right knee, look over towards the right shoulder. And release, inhaling the hands to the sky. Look up, exhale, draw them to your heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat this morning. Feel free to do this class as many times as you like, guys. I hope this has loosened you up, and feel free to look me up on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm also on Twitter now. Just look for YogaCandi. And I've also got a website where you can sign up for my newsletter so that you never miss a thing. Just look for YogaCandi.com. I look forward to meeting you all on there. Have a beautiful day. Until next time, namaste.